Now, the two groups are very different, even though they basically share the same ideology, which is that they want to establish an Islamic State in Syria and in Iraq, and they want to restore the Caliphate. They differ, however, in terms of who should lead that operation, in terms of the strategy and their tactics. The Jabhat al-Nusra, for example, is very careful not to antagonize the local populations in which it is based. ISIS, however, doesn't seem to share that concern, and it actually imposes its rather harsh, ultra-conservative understanding of Islam on the local people in the areas in which it is based.
Iraq really wants a strong central government, as does Iran. Iran wants Iraq to have a strong central Shiite government. But there are others who don't want Iraq to have a strong Shiite government. And these especially include, obviously, the ISIS fighters who are Sunni, but also not just those, but those who are actually funding ISIS. And who are they? Well, just do a quick Google search and you'll quickly discover from mainstream sources that Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Kuwait and other Gulf powers are the number one financier of ISIS. The Saudis, by the way, are the world's number one financier and exporter of global terrorism. No doubt about it. They have been busted funneling weapons and money to terrorists in Pakistan. They have been busted funneling money and weapons to rogue terrorists in Syria and in Iraq. And it is well known that they are funding and financing ISIS currently. The way that the whole thing works over there, we'll have to do a show on that sometime, but in essence, the Kuwaiti financial system in Kuwait is so loose and so lax that the Gulf countries in this area all simply poured and funneled their money through the Kuwaiti banking system, and then from Kuwait, it goes out to the world. It goes out to Syria, it goes out to Iraq, it goes out to Pakistan, it goes out to Afghanistan, wherever they need help. And in fact, the Daily Beast, which is a mainstream news website, has a story this weekend entitled, "America's Allies Are Funding ISIS." Can you imagine if ISIS were being funded by North Korea? Can you imagine the rhetoric that would be pouring out of Washington if ISIS were funded by Iran? Or what about Russia? What if Putin was the one who was behind ISIS? Oh, the media would love that, wouldn't they? Barack Obama would be talking about how we need to bomb one of these countries. No, it's not Iran. It's not Russia. It's not North Korea that is funding these ISIS terrorists. But instead, it's just the Saudis. It's just the Saudis. And even more ironic, the Saudis used what to pay for it? U.S. dollars? Where do they get the U.S. dollars? From the oil exports that they send out thanks to the petrodollar system.
I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. Genesis 12:3. In one press conference after another, when referring to the Muslim terror supergroup ISIS, United States President Barack Obama will use the term ISIL instead of their former name ISIS, or current name Islamic State. Have you ever wondered about that? We have. ISIL stands for the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant. Now, to us Westerners, we don't really make much of a distinction, do we? No, honestly, from our perspective, it's all about the same. But how would a Muslim living in the Middle East view it? Just what is the Levant anyway? Let's take a look. The geographical term Levant refers to a multi-nation region in the Middle East. It's a land bridge between Turkey to the north and Egypt to the south. If you look on a map, however, in the near exact middle of the nations that comprise the Levant, guess what you see? Come on, guess. It's Israel. When Barack Obama refers over and over to the Islamic State as ISIL, he is sending a message to Muslims all over the Middle East that he personally does not recognize Israel as a sovereign nation, but as territory belonging to the Islamic State. Now you know why Obama says that he has no plan no goal, and no stated aim for dealing with ISIS. But he does have a plan, and it's a really nasty, diabolical one. Obama's plan is to drag his feet for as long as he can, doing only the bare minimum that Congress forces him to do. His plan to buy ISIS as much time as possible to make as many gains as they can. Obama painstakingly spells out the letters ISIL so there is no doubt in your mind. And it's working. The Islamic State has garnered millions of dollars, a vast cache of weapons, and in their latest foray have captured Syrian fighter jets. With each passing day that Obama fulfills his stated aim of doing nothing, the Islamic State grows by leaps and bounds. The ultimate goal, of course, has not changed and will never change. The ultimate goal is the destruction of Israel. Now you know a little bit more why Obama chooses his words so carefully and what's really in a name.